Hi. We're always supposed to start with something really interesting. So if you're still here, thank you. In this video, we are talking about maze books. We're talking about actually using maze books and repurposing the content over and over and over and over and over and over and over again because we want to be smarter, right? When we're publishing and making money online. My name is Jenny Hansen Lane. I've been publishing for 3 years. I've crossed six figures and I have over 608 books. And I'm going to show you a tutorial in Canva that will allow you to go faster and allow you to be more excited about your publishing journey. Let's go. All right, so I have Canva up on my screen. Hopefully you can see it. And I want to just share with you, we're going to go to a custom size. And when we're in here, I typically do 8.5 by 11 for my activity books. Okay. And so we're going to open this up and we're going to type in elements here. Now, your screen might look a little bit different than mine. I do have Canva Pro. This allows me to go really fast. I'm literally going to type in maze. Okay. And this is a great way to get started. Now, Canva just made a new update that if you cannot export a premium element all by itself. You have to either add your own or you have to add other elements into it. So if I were to take this page here and try to export it, Canva wouldn't let me. I think this is a great rule because there's probably a lot of fraudulency that's happening with people like reselling pro elements, but then also like this keeps your account safe on Amazon KDP because you are taking designs and making them your own by adding more. Okay. So let me just show you this. I'm going to turn this sideways because you see the opening of the maze is kind of up top. And just using elements in different unique ways is a really great way to repurpose. Okay. So I have made plenty of activity books that have mazes inside of them by just using Canva. Okay. And they are pro elements, which means I'm not using them in a standalone way. Okay. So let me show you an example of this. I like to do, if I'm building out a book and I go to my graphics, I'm going to look for black and white. Okay. And I want to do something like, if I can do something, I typed in kind, but I meant lined, if it more black and white. Okay. There's little things like this that are great for adding like coloring to. Okay. That is so cute. So already now having two premium elements, I'm creating something that didn't exist before. So this is a great way that Canva says you can claim copyright over, right? And so you can see here that the maze tilted, the little bee is great, okay? And so here is my next. I'm going to do a hive. I'm going to type in line to see if I get more coloring stuff. That's perfect. All of this is really great. Now I get to decide. If I do have the opportunity to use something free, I will do that because it just makes me more comfortable. Okay. Now, if you can make these match, then I do. So I'll type in black because you can see our little bumblebee is a little bit thicker. Okay. And so this one's a little bit thin, but you can literally line it up and see how it looks. I don't think that's necessarily bad. Okay. Make it a little bit smaller. Okay. So here's the thing that I wanted to share with you with mazes. Now, I have one page done, right? And so I can, depending on the book that I'm making, I can literally do more themes. Like it could be an entire bee book or, bees are on farms. Maybe it's a farm coloring book. But once I have this page in, like I can repurpose this in so many different ways. Okay. I can flip it. Okay. And then you can see the opening is down here, right? And so I can do, there's multiple ways to use this. I'm going to use this element as much as I can in different ways. I will change out the theme all the time. And that's what I really wanted you to grasp. I know it's such a silly tutorial, but it has been a game changer for me to reuse my content that's selling well. And so if I have a book that has a bee and honeycomb in it and it does well, I will think about other ways to do that. Maybe this could go into like a food coloring book and it's like honey, right? But in addition to that, like this maze is so basic that you could keep using it over and over. So what I would do, let's say I'm going to do a Christmas book, right? And then I'm going to go to File and I'm going to go to Make a Copy. And so now I have a second coloring book to work on. And I will only do this when I've already made it 100 pages. And so think of mazes as like the core. Think of word searches pages. Like you have a core, but then the theme changes. And so because I have these core elements as like a maze or activity book, I'm able to repurpose by doing a different theme. Okay. This is also how my little boys, how we built out their coloring book line. They have over 50 books. They've made $1,000. Is that we are specifically focused on how do we repurpose this more and more? Okay. Let me go back because I've kind of gotten ahead of myself when I don't want you to be overwhelmed. Like, see all these mazes. So, start with the theme first and then add all these different things in there. Like, look at this cute one for like if you did a Valentine's one. Okay. And you did all these different types of things for love. Are we going to like see a bunch of books like that? Because I'm like, this is so cute. I want to do it. Maybe a box of chocolates or a hug or a heart, right? Like there's so many here. Now, I have experimented with asking ChatGPT and AI to create a maze, and they're not good at it yet. So, if you want to create your own, you can use tools like Procreate or Notability. I actually think I might do a video on that to do something very organic. Like I've been reading books with my kids, and we find the funniest things where like there was a book where the artist just like scribbled in it. It looked like kids scribbled in it, and it sells really well. So I think people more than ever, they also want a connection to an artist. So if you are an artist, I think it's a great opportunity to do your own mazes too. Okay, so let me know what questions you have about this. We're typically making all of these books at least 75 pages, and you can always put a page in between without getting penalized or anything like that on Amazon. Okay, if you do Command D, that is actually how you can duplicate it on a Mac. And so each one of my pages, each of my activity books will have a blank page behind it. And an extra tip is that I only learned this from publishing for my child. He went to all the blank parts of the books that we made, and which like at the time I didn't have any extra pages, and so he was like coloring on the inside of the cover, and so it gives more value to if there's room for your pages to breathe, and for the user like a child, they need that blank page. And so sometimes we'll write, I'll do some things like, and actually maybe I can, let's see, okay, I will do something like, I will tell people what to do because then they're not like, why is there a blank page? Okay. Doodle page. Okay. And like a doodle is just drawing. Okay. That's all that is. Okay. Now, this is pretty dramatic in the size. So, um, large print starts at 16 point. So I will do it that much. And then either I'll put it at the top and then I fade it out. So it's just like so basic. Okay. And then that gives an idea. You could totally prompt that. This is even a better idea. Draw your own maze. That's actually like I've never done that before. You guys are seeing it here live. That is a really fun idea for a maze. Okay. So this you can do books that are just mazes, but you can also take maze pages and put them into your word searches, which you've seen me do a word search tutorial. And I like to incorporate multiple activities because that brings the value of the book up. And then you can actually charge a little bit more. I price all the activity books at least $9.99. I actually have a free training coming up if you'd like to attend, where we talk about how I cross six figures. They're really fun, and you will always learn something from this as I've published over 600 books. So let me know what questions you have about this process of having mazes in your activity books and what you have found successful. I always love learning from other people. And I love you guys. I love you. And I'll see you in the next video. As always, drop in the comments your biggest takeaway and also like what else I can do to help you on your journey. I love you, and I'll see you in the next video.